is the biggest winner in politics. Biggest winner in politics. I'm going to ask you gentlemen to raise your hand if you have a strong feeling on this. I'll call on one of you. Who's got a big winner in politics? Go ahead, Chamath.
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden. Okay, going out on a limb there. Joe Biden.
I mean, let's be honest. There's nobody bigger. And actually, if you wanted to abstract it, what I would say is centrism was the big winner. And it kind of feeds the losers, which is sort of the extreme left and the extreme right. But I would say that centrism and Joe Biden were the huge, huge, huge winners.
Well, I'll give an orthodox pick, which is Xi Jinping, the chairman of the Chinese Communist Party. You would have thought he would have had a bad year, starting off with COVID starting in his country at the beginning of the year, but he was able. A global plague came from China, but they were able to use a very gullible WHO to launder responsibility for the catastrophe. And they took advantage of the crisis to build more client states in Asia and Africa with promises of vaccines and money. And finally, his biggest global nemesis, Trump, and then Pompeo, lost in the election. So you have to say he came out on top at the end of this year.
Friedberg?
Yeah, I have the exact same answer as Sacks. I put the Chinese Communist Party as a whole, actually, and I feel like on the world stage they're strengthened in the post-COVID world. So
I had Kamala,
totally agree. Yeah,
because she went from the famous quote in the debates. There was a little girl in California who was bused to school. That little girl was me, where she took on Joe Biden, and then she winds up getting the VP slot, and I think she winds up actually becoming president and will be the first female president of the year in the history of the United States. And that could happen in the first term, or if Joe Biden doesn't run for a second term and they do a halfway decent job, Kamala plus Pete Buttigieg is a pretty great